Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I just want to say that Kyrie Irving has been one of the most unlikely heroes to all of humanity, especially America, during this COVID-19 84 nightmare. Because unlike others, he has not let greed or even his own personal pursuits of glory cloud what he feels is his personal decision to have complete autonomy over his body, and for you to have the same thing. And where the story begins for me is that I saw as he was beginning to miss games and say, I don't care if I'm playing in New York. He's part of the Brooklyn Nets. I will not succumb to these key to the city passes, which basically mandate you to take the shots at this point. And in New York, many, many, many people have been fired. Okay? You're just not seeing it on the news because the news is no longer any semblance of what we used to call the fourth estate. We had three branches of government, and then the fourth estate was supposed to keep those three branches as honest as possible because we knew even with those checks and balances, we would need free speech and we would need a free press to use that free speech to expose the predator class, oligarchs, the robber barons, and their Muppets in the media even then. Now, this is long. You're going to see a lot. He's trending on Twitter. You're seeing a lot of 2-minute clips or so. But I may play the entire 20-plus minutes. It's that good. It's that important. I just watched the entire 20-plus minutes. And he makes so many great points that it would be hard for me not to play the majority of it. You know, I've been posting that not only did he do this, but that he decided, hey, I don't care. I'll take the rest of the season off. And one of my friends who's very into sports, it's a big part of his life still. His side hustle is that he lives down in Florida. He goes and gets autographs. He even comes up to Cooperstown and gets autographs. I love him very much. But he said at this point, people are just trying to be cool. He literally said that in a post, and that Irving was just trying to be cool. He has no idea. He lives in Florida, so it's a little skewed. He doesn't understand how people are putting their lives on the line. He admits that he's done no research into the boop-boops that he's put into his arm, okay? But we should all just kind of get over it now. He doesn't want to force us. He wants to respect our decisions. And again, what he wants to do with his body is his decision, but it certainly wasn't informed. It was not an informed one by his own admission to me. And he's mad at the guy because he's buying into all the talking points from sports, and he's buying into all the talking points from the news. And he's doing none of his own research, even though a guy like Bill Gates actually has a whole section on health and disease, pages 230 and 248, about how you should do your own research. You know, maybe we should do that right now. See if I could find that. I marked it down. Be pretty interesting. See, this was back in before they went after Microsoft, when he was a little bit more honest. Let me see. Here we go. Because he's talking about the internet and how people will be able to interface into it. Let's see. Applications and services. Network. Man. You know what? This is going to be a long one anyway. We're going to do Bill Gates versus Bill Gates eventually. Okay? But what I want to do now is I want to go over Kyrie Irving's whole deal and show you it's not to be cool. He's actually fighting for freedom. The freedom to have autonomy over our own bodies. Before we get there, I do want people to thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Remember to Rockfin. I watched this because I wanted to make sure that nothing was said where I might get kicked off of YouTube, because we know that happens arbitrarily. We're fully demonetized there. If you do want to support the broadcast, $9.99 a month or $99.99 for the entire year. You get everybody's premium content. And I was on a call today. We're trying to expand even on Rockfin, and I'm hoping to do so in a short period of time. Other links down below of note, the GoFundMe. Of course, we have Odyssey that backed up my channel in case they take it away, and all the documentary films are indeed free. So, let's let Kyrie Irving use his platform to tell people what's up. Sorry, it has this little frozen moment.
I know I can use my platform to spread positivity and spread light on the things that matter to me, and I just care about our world a lot. And if I'm going to be demonized for that, at least let me go out on my own accord. First things first, this isn't about me, and it's not about me dispelling, what's being said about me particularly or for anybody. It's just saying, I'm standing with all those that, believe in what's right and are doing what's right for themselves. Everybody has a personal choice with their lives. Everybody has a right to feel a certain type of way. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Everybody's entitled to do what they feel is best for themselves, and putting me as a hero or painting me as a villain, sort of say, or going against the vaccine mandates. Like that wasn't my intent at all. And to be sitting in this seat here and seeing, the way that this is dividing our world up, being vaccinated or being unvaccinated, it's just sad to see. It's creating a lot of division, a lot of confusion, a lot of people saying things that are untrue. We're not giving space for each other to speak. You got doctors out here working hard, physicians out here working hard, and everybody's trying to do what's best for them and their families, which I respect. And I'm always going to put that first. Everybody out there, it's not, listening to me or making this about me or painting this picture like, yo, I'm the voice of reason, so you should do this. Nah, like it's just about staying real and staying true to who you are and making the choice for you what's best. Everybody has their own family. Everybody has their own tribe. Everybody has their own issues or traumas that they're dealing with, trying to heal from. And I'm just trying to support as best I can. I'm a hooper. I've been a hooper since I was, down there 4 years old, and coming into the NBA, I just had a dream to play ball at a high level. I didn't anticipate all this coming with it. But if I am going to be responsible for my own life, then I got to speak on things that truly matter to me.
So let's just stop. How could you disagree with anything that man just said right there? He's a hooper. He just wanted to play at a high level. He wants you to have autonomy over your body. And he'll hint a little bit later that, there's good doctors. He talks about them trying to get information out. But he toes a very, very, very good line here. All right? And, again, everything he just said there was spot on.
I had to stop running away from using my voice and using my platform to, speak on what's true and what's mine. Nobody's going to hijack my voice. Nobody's going to take the power away from me that I have for speaking on these things, and don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that, I'm going to give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated. Don't believe any of that shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. People are losing their jobs to these mandates. People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I respect. And I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. What would you do? If you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions, or that you didn't have to be forced to get the vaccine. This wasn't an issue before the season started. This wasn't something that I foresaw coming, where I prepared for it. And, I had a chance to strategize on what was going to be best for me and my family. I came into the season thinking that I was just going to be able to play ball, be able to use my talent to continue to, inspire, influence people in the right way.
So let's just stop right there. And so many people didn't think that they would be betrayed, basically, by their workplace of some of them months, some of them years, some of them decades, for them making a personal choice about their body. especially people that might have thought that natural immunity still counted as something. Some people were very naive, and unfortunately, Kyrie was kind of naive when they assured him that there would be exemptions.
You know, like putting this on me is just like, why are you putting it on me? You know, like this is not part of, you know, what's going on in conversations with scientists, physicians, and doctors. I'm just a hooper, right? Like I'm just a person who's being utilized as an example. For some odd reason, you know, people love to have my name in the mix of just some BS. Like, just hearing the way people speak with so much conviction about what I should be doing with my life and what, you know, my teammates should be feeling about me, what the organization be feeling about me. And to be honest with you, if you really know me, I mean, and you see what I do out there, I put in a lot of time into my craft. You know, I'm not sitting here to give y'all information, give y'all a whole bunch of, you know, my wisdom beyond my years and knowledge. Nah, I'm just here to stay real. I'm always going to stay true to me, and that's me. You know, this is my life. I get to do whatever I want with this. This is one body that I get here, one God body that I get here.
I mean, I love everything you just said there. I get to make one God body. You get one life. How many times have I told you, you get one shot at the title? One day it's over, okay? It doesn't go on forever. There is no reset. There is no rewind. If you make a permanent decision about your body, for instance, that is a permanent decision. Man, Kyrie got me a fan today. Got me a fan today. By the way, thumbs this up.
And you telling me what to do with my body, and it has nothing to do with the organization. I'm going to put that out there. It has nothing to do with the Nets. It has nothing to do with my teammates. This has everything to do with what's going on in our world. And I'm being grouped in to something that's bigger than just a game of basketball. And, you know, you got that fandom, you know, which is like a religion to people out here. Basketball is like a religion. Entertainment is like a religion to people. They like get so caught up emotionally. It's just like, yo, effing get vaccinated or just leave. You know, we angry at what you're doing, man. And it's just like, nah.
I like how he talked about the religious aspect and the pressure from the public, right? From this celebritard culture that's been pushed upon people, right?
That's like, what are you talking about? I'm a human being. I have emotions. I have feelings. I have thoughts, things that I keep to myself, things that I share. But I'm staying grounded in what I believe in. It's just as simple as that. It's not about being anti-vax or about being, on one side or the other. Like, it's just really about being true to what feels good for me. I'm still uncertain about a lot of things, and that's okay. You know, if I'm going to be demonized for having more questions and taking my time to make a decision with my life, then that's just what it is. You know, like that's something I got to sit in. You know, I know the consequences of the decisions I make with my life. You know, I'm not here to sugarcoat any of that. But
I just love it. Again, everything. He's taking responsibility for his life. He's explaining to people that it's none of their business, nor should it be. And we should embrace each other's freedom to make decisions. Crabapple says, keep it going with the tip over on the Rockfin. Want to thank Crabapple.
If we really going to be real, like, it's crazy times we're in. It's crazy times. Like, how many people are really thinking with a balanced view? You know, how many people are really thinking about the future of what's going on? It's crazy times we're in. We just came out of one of the craziest pandemics of all time, and you telling me to think rationally. How many people are really thinking rationally? I'm not the focus here. You know what I mean? I got on here to really show that, like, I'm real enough to stand up when I feel like I'm being put in a effed up position.
And he is. And the thing is, when he starts talking about crazy times, what he's not talking about are all the crazy people out there, the people that have now embraced their crazy, right? That's why we're doing videos where we're showing you Cerebral, the app. We're explaining all these people are heavily medicated, right? And they're not thinking with their heads. And he's pointing out that basically we've been the victims of a barrage of unprecedented COVID-1984 propaganda And how many people can say they're thinking clearly for themselves?
You know, like I'm not even that. I haven't hurt anybody. I haven't committed a crime. I'm not out here acting dumb, stupid. I'm out here taking care of my family, my kids. I'm out here putting on for the youngins. I'm out here trying to create a legacy that lasts a lifetime, you know, like multiple lifetimes. And if I'm being called out on what I'm doing with my life and I'm just living righteously and I'm living for me and I'm living for the people that love me and support me, you know, how is it that I have to be, you know, at odds with everybody or people are coming at me? You know, like I had to really sit back and think about this and meditate and pray and ask God for the words to come on here, because like this is not normal. You know what I mean? Like, this is not normal. What's going on? This is not normal. And
let me just stop it there. It's an inversion of reality. He's right. He's never been in the headlines for domestic abuse or drinking or, say, multiple alleged sexual assaults like, say, Conor McGregor has, right? He's never been. And the media praises a guy like McGregor. Meanwhile, this guy, again, living for his friends, living for his family, living his own life, doing the right thing, not in the headlines for the wrong thing, and then he's being vilified and demonized. It is crazy. It is the inversion of reality. By the way, can we get some thumbs up for Kyrie? Can we get 100 thumbs up over on the YouTube, please?
I'm not going to get too emotional on here either. I'm just thinking with my logic. You know, I'm just thinking for all those that are dealing with similar things that I'm dealing with. You know, you got to put your livelihood on the line in order for a mandate that you don't necessarily agree with all the way. Like, nobody should be forced to do anything with their bodies. Nobody should be forced to do anything with their bodies. Like, you only get one of these. If you choose to get vaccine, I support you. If you choose to be unvaccinated, I support you. Do what's best for you. But that doesn't mean go around and start judging people for what they're doing with their lives. You know, like, I'm going to continue to serve others. I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to continue to be there for people that need the resources, that need the information or need access to different things. You know, it's big fights out here for social issues. You know, we still got racism going on. We still got violence going on. We still got social injustices going on. And to process all that and still go out there and entertain, it's not the easiest job. You know, like, I'm human. I feel all these things. I don't just go home and just be thinking about ball all the time. Like, that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really not reality. If you go home and you only thinking about your entertainment or your job or what you got to handle, you know, like, the reality is that if you truly connected to the source, to the creator, you're going to care about others sometimes more than you care about yourself.
Whoa, imagine that. Somebody who's not a sociopath. By the way, Josh O'Neill, thank you for the tip over at Rockfin. Now, I want you to think about that. He really humanizes himself here. And he tries to explain to people to go beyond not only what the media perception is, but what their perception is. I don't, just live and eat basketball. I got other things going on. And what they really don't like about this guy, other than he's actually challenging all this authoritarianism, is that he claims to have a connection. He says the creator. Now, I don't know what his religion is. I don't know if he's a Christian or a Muslim or anything out there. I have no clue. But just the fact that there's something spiritual about him, a source outside of himself that might give him the empathy to love and care for others. Again, sometimes more than himself, to realize that this is the God body, the one shot at the title body. They hate that, boy. They hate that. They hate it. Okay? Because that's true power. That's true love.
You know, I love just people helping one another. That's always going to be me, right? That's all. Some people don't feel the same way, and that's all good. I'm not here to go back and forth about that.
Yeah, some people love the bling. Some people are showboating all the time. Some people are about possessions, and that's not him. And you know what I like about this also? He talks about not being perfect and getting things wrong, like we all have. Another part of being human.
But to continue to play with my name, to continue to play with my image, continue to paint me in a certain type of way without me speaking, like these dudes are puppets. Like, come on, like you going on TV speaking about stuff that, my family has to see, my friends have to see, like supporters have to see. And then I have to come on here and address all this in a certain type of manner because it has to come authentically. Like it can't come with a script. These dudes read off scripts. They calling me unintelligent, calling me all these different types of names, and they will never say it to my face. They will never, ever come up to me in person and say that type shit to my face. Ever. Fans, anybody come up and say that to my face, like, because they know what I stand for. I stand for so many things bigger than this game. And right now, it's not just about the game of basketball. It's about helping your fellow human being understand that they have a choice. If you're staying safe, you following COVID protocols, you wearing a mask, and you're unvaccinated or you're vaccinated, like that's on you. Like you should stand on that. But that doesn't mean going out and advocating for things for other people to do with their lives.
It's like, you want to wear a mask? Fine. Don't tell somebody else to wear a mask. All right, you want to take a shot? Great. Don't tell somebody else to take a shot. Imagine that. Personal choice. Boy, it sounds pretty unintelligent to me, but it is 2021.
Like, you can't be on both sides. You can't be like, yo, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. No, make a choice. Like, stand with everybody. It's all good. It's all good if you at peace, with the world. But I'm not going to continue to be at odds with myself and my own beliefs and what I stand on because it's not agreeable or people don't see it as the right choice to make. You know what I'm saying? And I just continue to pray for all those out there that have lost people to the pandemic, to COVID. I continue to pray for all those that are dealing with things in their lives that they can't handle it or don't have, the ability to speak up, or they don't have the people around them to support what they're doing, or, they don't have everything that they could possibly want, to make an ideal life. I'm very fortunate that I get a chance to go do a bunch of these to inspire, countless individuals, but it's not just about this. Sometimes I got to be able to use my voice, use my mind, use my heart to let people know, like, I'm here as a beacon of light. I'm here as a beacon to be used, with God. I'm a messenger. I'm not going to go beyond my means and speak on things I don't know about. But one thing I'm not going to tolerate is standing around while I'm watching, people like do things around me that that are very questionable. If it was just about, just ball or just about the craft, and that would be cool. Like, we had that conversation. But this is about real life and real choices that people are faced with. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, almost millions of people are deciding to be unvaccinated. Millions of people are being vaccinated. There should not be a divide here. We should be accommodated equally. We should be accommodated equally. There's so much that we can do for one another to help, but to demonize one another and judge and continue to point the finger and be like, yo, you should do this. Like, think about what that puts a person, what type of position that puts a person in. You backing them up against the wall to, make a decision out of fear, out of having anxiety, or they just don't know.
So ignorance, fear, anxiety, ignorance, peer pressure, all these things. I get it. It's easy to go after the guy because he's talked about flat earth before. But give me this flat earther over Don Lemon or Rachel Maddow or any of these media muppets any day of the week.
So I'm sorry that y'all had to witness like all of this being torn down around me, and I'm sorry that you guys had to hear that I'm anti this or anti that without hearing it from me. It's a time where you just gotta really just say, yo, F this. I'm gonna say, yo, it's up to me now. It's up to me, and I'm always gonna remain safe around people, because this is the times that we're in. We're in very, very, very strange, crazy times. You gotta think rationally. Use your logic, not your emotions. Everybody wants to speak from emotions, Everybody wants to speak like they know. Everybody wants to speak like they're conscious, like they're woke. And I've actually been that dude, you know, speaking constantly, trying to, you know, put my ideas on people and trying to wake them up and trying to force thoughts on them. And that wasn't the right way to go. That wasn't the right delivery. You know, I could have my beliefs, but that doesn't mean I have to have everybody believe what I think.
Bam! I can have my beliefs, but that doesn't mean I have to have everybody believe what I think. Man, he's nailing it.
That I have to convince everybody this is the right choice. That's not the way to go. Like, I've said some of the dumbest things in my life. Like, I've made so many mistakes before. And I have to be okay with making those mistakes in the public eye, you know, and that's not always a comfortable position, but it is what it is, you know, and I'm responsible for that influence, and I'm responsible for my life as a mature individual. But I'm not going to continue to dance around, you know, these issues like it's not going on in our world either, you know. But I'm damn sure not going to judge you if you have a different opinion to me. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to download it. I'm going to let you speak. I'm going to listen intentfully, and I'm going to do it in a way where we can both come out of it from with an understanding. And the youth are always watching. You know, they're always watching us grown folk, you know, like they're always, always, always watching. And if we don't take a stand now, then they're going to think it's cool to just be at odds with one another and beefing with one another over thoughts and who's doing what in comparison and all these other things, you know, like, and I didn't come here to go like deep into semantics and stuff. I just came here to use logic. I'm not going to use my emotions and you know, continue to like, you know, like just overspeak or overthink this. You know, like I'm standing for peace, and I respect all walks of life. No matter who you are, I respect you. You're going to do what's best for you, and I respect you and I love you. That's just who I am. You don't have to feel the same way, but I'm going to love you. Like we have so many different individuals out here doing so many great things. And then we also have the other side where people need resources to therapy and to counseling and help. And they're growing up in families where, you know, they're in the middle of the projects, they're in the middle of the hood, they're in the, you know, on reservations, and they didn't have a chance to be able to make it out of their situation.
And let me speak to that a little bit, because we've created more poverty, and there's been more sexual abuse, and there's been more suicides, and there's been more depression, okay, with these lockdowns, with these authoritarian measures, with now inflation, right? A lot of this still going on.
You know, like, and now isn't the time to be divided. Now is the time to come together even more so. You know, come together through respect, mutual love. You know, I respect all the doctors, all the physicians working hard, working diligently, you know, trying to find a answer to all this too. You know, like the times that we're in, I show nothing but respect to them. They're working hard to get out the information, working hard to make sure we stay safe, and I respect it.
See, even talking about that, he knows what's up. You know, Rogan put Gupta on the spot about CNN and their horse medication. And look, I respect Gupta for going on because I didn't see that coming, but I watched just a few clips, and Rogan basically eviscerates him. So many people are aware of what's going on, and they're not happy about it. But we need more people with a voice like this, with an audience of people that have already kind of succumbed to the propaganda, you know, to ensure that those people realize that we're not the enemy. Okay, that's a big deal.
I respect them, and I love what they're doing, but now is not the time to be divided and use me as an example that I don't want to be used as. So I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking logically. I'm not thinking with emotions. I'm gonna keep saying that because you gotta make these convictions yourself. Like, I gotta make these myself, because it's gonna continue to revolve around this and that, and you're gonna lose out on money, and you're gonna lose out on this. Like, so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money? You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship?
No.
You think I really just want to give up my job? You think I really just want to sit at home and not go after the things with my teammates that I've been able to grow with, to learn that it takes sacrifice in this space? Because we could be easily at home chilling with our families, but we're choosing to go out there and perform. And even in that job, like that's a dream come true. I've been working on that since I was in 4th grade. You think I want to give up my livelihood because of a mandate, because I don't have accommodations, because I'm unvaccinated? Come on. I'm not going to be used as a person in this agenda. I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm just saying, like, it should not be divided amongst all of us. It should just be understood and respected. And mind you, once again, I'm going to repeat, this is not about the Nets. It's not about the organization. It's not about the NBA. It's not politics. It's not any one thing that I'm pinpointing here. It's just about the freedom of what I want to do.
Oh, he gets muted here for a second. Let's bring it right there.
They're not divided. Now isn't time to be demonizing everybody from making a choice for what's best for their lives. And I'm going to repeat that. Do what's best for you. But I am not an advocate for either side. I am doing what's best for me. I know the consequences here, and if it means that I'm judged and demonized for that, that's just what it is. That's the role I play. But I never wanted to give up my passion, my love, my dream, just over this mandate or what's happening in our world. I didn't expect that going into the season. Come on now, I love this game. Like, love the game.
Look at his eyes light up while he says it. You can really see the passion in it, right? But as much as he loves that, he's thinking logically. He's standing up for humanity, and he's being He's preaching love and something bigger than human beings and things and possessions. He's talking about relationships and autonomy and individual freedom. So he will be vilified.
But sometimes you really got to make choices that ultimately can affect that. And it's unfortunate, but that's where we're in 2021. I am bona fide hooper. My legacy will be written forever. I'm grateful that I was given this talent to be able to perform on a high stage, but it's not just about that at this point. It's bigger than the game. And the way that they're trying to paint everything that's going on, I just want y'all to stay aware that, they're trying to use me as an example for some odd reason. Continuing to go at this, go at that, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be okay, but the people that support me, just know I'm rocking with you. Just know I'm rocking with all those that have lost their jobs to this mandate. And I'm rocking with all those that chose to get vaccinated and are choosing to be safe as well. I'm on both sides of all this. Like, I support and respect everybody's decision, and the financial consequences and stuff. I know I do not want to even do that, but it's reality that, in order to be in New York City, in order to be on the team, I have to be vaccinated. I chose to be unvaccinated, and that was my choice. And I would ask y'all just to respect that choice. And I am going to just continue to stay in shape, be ready to play, be ready to rock out with my teammates, and just be part of this whole thing. This is not a political thing here. This is not about the NBA. This is not about any organization. It's really about my life and what I'm choosing to do. And I'm just grateful that I get to speak on this in this fashion, because I had things written down. Like, I ripped out the paper, but I had things written down where I wanted to make sure I stayed focused on the points that mattered. So I'm praying for everybody out there that's lost somebody or that is dealing with this pandemic in some type of way, and I just pray that we find clarity during these times, and that's just where I stand. So, hopefully all this can be figured out in the future, and I'm able to play the game that I love and go after a championship with my team, and be with my teammates. But also, I have to stand with all those that are vaccinated and are choosing to go back to work, and they have a job to do, and I'm supporting them. And then also the unvaccinated that are being mandated to do this and are losing their livelihood. So we got to come together. You know, no more division. So peace and love to all y'all, man. Continue to serve the world. All right? That's from Kai. And nobody's hijacking this voice. And see if they play this on their TV channels and see if they play this actual truth somewhere before you start talking about me and what I'm doing with my life. And no, I'm not retiring. And no, I'm not going and leaving this game like this. There's still so much more work to do. And there's still so many more other youngins to inspire because I know they want to be better than me. And I can't wait to play against all y'all on this stage. And it's just exciting that we get to continue to build each other up, you know, because that's all this really be about. So, yeah, that's from Kai.
Well, there you go. That's the rip. Thought it was beautiful, you know, good for him. And he's going to be demonized for a message of love and truth. The links are down below. Rockfin. Tons of exclusives. Go make the free account. It's another great way to support me. Again, Rockfin is a platform that is empowering me through the ability to not be marginalized, right? Imagine that. We're not marginalized. It's a free speech platform. Wow. Imagine all that. And let's see. Pissed Off Canadian says, hey, man, now not only is my liver failing now, I'm going for an, you know what? So this Pissed Off Canadian, this is somebody who's having problems after the boop boop. DM me. Have you DM'd me on Twitter yet? Because if you do want to tell your story on my program, we'll do that as a Rockfin exclusive. You know, Jimmy Dore was just on The Last American Vagabond. You can find that over at Rockfin. I'm going to be watching that, talking about this COVID-19 84 narrative shift and where it's going from here. So once again, links are down below to support me. Can we get at least, what do we have over at YouTube? Not even 200 thumbs up, guys? Not even 200 thumbs up for Kyrie and the truth? Come on now, we can do better. Guys, I love you. It's never about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. We'll see you on the flip side.